Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Day Technology Deep Dive for Monday, March 24th, 2025, covering market moves in tech, communications, and healthcare indexes, stocks, and ETFs. I'm your host, Ira Roth. Let's dive in. Tech-related indexes showed strong gains today. The Nasdaq Composite Index led with a 404-point rise to 18,188, while the Nasdaq 100 gained 426 points to 20,180. Both indexes are showing mixed negative trends after two consecutive up days. Market breadth was notably weak despite price gains. The Nasdaq Composite saw decliners outnumber advancers by more than 2-1. The technology sector showed similar weakness, with 505 declines versus 188 advances. Week-to-date returns are positive across tech indexes, with the Nasdaq Composite up 2.3% and the Nasdaq 100 gaining 2.2%. However, month-to-date and year-to-date returns remain negative, with tech showing particular weakness. Leading tech performers today, advanced micro devices jumped 6.9% with strong upward volatility. Palantir Technologies rose 6.3%, marking its fourth consecutive upday with a strong positive trend. Year-to-date, Palantir leads the group with a 27.9% gain. Monolithic Power Systems and NXP Semiconductors show modest gains, while AMD remains down 5.7%. Among underperformers, First Solar declined 1.9% with a very strong negative trend. Super Microcomputer dropped 1%, despite maintaining a positive trend overall. Year-to-date returns show First Solar down 26.9%, while Broadcom has declined 17.5%. Despite today's weakness, Super Microcomputer maintains a strong 36.9% gain for the year. Tech-focused ETFs showed notable gains today. QQQ and Vanguard Information Technology both rose about 2%. VanEck Semiconductor outperformed with a 2.6% gain. The leveraged 3x bullish QQQ jumped 6.3%, while its inverse counterpart 3x bearish QQQ fell 6.2%. Weekly returns show strength across the tech ETF space. VanEck Semiconductor leads with a 2.6% gain, while the leveraged 3x bullish QQQ posted a 6.3% weekly return. Year-to-date, these ETFs are showing negative returns, with Vanguard Information Technology down 7.5%.
Looking at stocks in tech industries, I'm Sally Short. Meta Platforms led gains, rising 3.7% to 618.85. Amazon followed with a 3.5% increase to 203.26. Alphabet added 2.2% to 169.93, while Apple and Microsoft had more modest gains. Weekly returns show Meta Platforms leading with a 3.8% gain. Year-to-date, Meta is up 5.7%, while other tech giants are showing negative returns. Apple has the largest decline at minus 11.9% year-to-date. In semiconductor stocks, advanced micro devices jumped 6.9% to 113.85, with strong upward volatility. QuickLogic and Monolithic Power Systems both gained over 6%, while SiTime added 5.6%. Month-to-date returns show SiTime leading with a 21.4% gain, followed by AMD at 14%. QuickLogic and Sealsk both show year-to-date declines exceeding 47%. Cloud computing stocks saw block surge 54.4% to 83.46. The Trade Desk rose 5.3%, while Shopify and SailPoint each gained 4.8%. Cloudflare added 3.9%. Block's dramatic rise contributed to a 27.8% month-to-date gain. Cloudflare leads year-to-date with a 15.1% return, while SailPoint shows the largest decline at -67.5%. In AI and robotics, Symbotic led with a 4.9% gain to 23.50. iRobot and Mobileye Global each rose 4.8%. Mobileye broke upward after 3 days of flat trading. Month-to-date performance shows Symbotic as the only gainer at 3.5%. iRobot has fallen sharply, down 52.7% for the month and 55.6% year-to-date. Leading thematic ETFs in AI and robotics showed strong gains today. Spear Alpha ETF led with a 4.8% rise to 22.65. Pacer US Cash Cows Growth ETF and WisdomTree AI and Innovation Fund both advanced around 2.8%, breaking out of recent sideways movements. Weekly returns show Spear Alpha ETF leading with a 4.8% gain. However, year-to-date performance reveals challenges, with Spear Alpha down 16.5% and robotics and AI and automation bulltwalks declining 10.5%. Electric vehicle stocks showed remarkable gains today. Nikola surged 57.7%, breaking out of a 9-day consolidation. Faraday Future and Tesla posted strong gains of 12.4% and 11.9% respectively. Nikola's weekly gain of 57.7% leads the sector, though it remains down 84.6% year-to-date. BYD shows impressive strength with a 57.3% year-to-date return, while Tesla is down 31% for the year. Quantum computing stocks rallied strongly today. Quantum computing jumped 18.4% to 8.75, while IonQ surged 17.3% to 26.12. Rigetti Computing advanced 7.8% with a positive trend developing. Month-to-date returns show quantum computing up 44.2% and D-Wave Quantum gaining 59.1%. However, most quantum stocks remain lower year-to-date, with quantum computing down 47.1%. Solar stocks surged, led by VivoPower International, with an extraordinary 149.6% gain, marking its 7th consecutive positive close. SUNation Energy rose 20.4%, breaking out of a 6-day consolidation pattern. VivoPower International shows impressive month-to-date returns of 331.5%. SUNation Energy has gained 86.3% this month, though it remains down 79.5% year-to-date. Most solar stocks are showing mixed trends despite today's gains. Leading thematic ETFs showed significant gains today. ARK Innovation ETF led the group, rising 2.68 to 54.18, a 5.2% increase. ARK FinTech Innovation ETF followed with a 3.7% gain to 36.95. Both funds showed consecutive up days despite mixed trend signals. Week-to-date returns show impressive performance across these thematic ETFs. ARK Innovation leads with a 5.2% weekly gain, though it's down 2.6% for the month. Invesco DWA Technology Momentum ETF and SPDR S&P Semiconductor ETF both show similar patterns of weekly strength despite monthly weakness.
And with that, we wrap up another end-of-day technology deep dive. I'm Ira Roth, along with my AI co-host, Sally Short. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.